Good day, students. Today we are going to discuss the remaining portions in the 15th lesson. In this second half, we will learn about the earthquake. Before that, we will learn how the earth was formed, about tectonic plates, Indian plates, convection current, hypocenter, epicenter, seismic waves, and about the Richter scale. Okay, students, can you imagine how the earth was formed? In the beginning, the earth was a huge ball of fire, and as the earth was continuously burning, the entire surface of the earth was covered with hot molten rock. And as the time passes, this molten rock gets cooled and turns into hard rock. Then this rocky surface of the earth begins to crack, and this process of cracking continues for millions of years. At last, this hard surface of the earth was divided into several huge plates, and these huge plates are called as the tectonic plates. And even though these tectonic plates are formed due to the cracking of the hard rocky surface, we cannot see these tectonic plates. This is because these tectonic plates are covered by soil or waters of the oceans. In the other words, we can also say that every ocean and every piece of the land that is on the earth is situated over a tectonic plate. As the every piece of the land on the earth is situated over a tectonic plate, our country is also placed on a tectonic plate. And the name of the tectonic plate on where our country is situated is called as the Indian plate. Next, we will learn about the interior structure of the earth. The interior structure of the earth can be divided into three portions. They are crust, mantle, and core. The crust is the outermost layer of the earth, and the mantle is the layer that is below the crust, and the core is the central portion of the earth. Let me see them one by one. First is crust. This crust is the outermost layer of the earth, and this crust is consist of tectonic plates, land, and water. Next is mantle. The layer of the earth below the tectonic plates is called as the mantle, and the tectonic plates are present in the crust layer. Okay, among the three layers, that is crust, mantle, and core, this mantle forms the greatest bulk of the earth. And this mantle is divided into two layers, that is outer mantle and the inner mantle. This mantle is a hot region and it is made up of molten rock. Molten rock means it is magma. The mantle has a semi-solid layer, and this semi-solid layer is always in a motion, and this motion is also responsible for the movement of the tectonic plates which is present above the mantle. Next region is core. This core is the third region and it is the central portion of the earth. And this core is a very hot region, and the temperature of the core is compared to the temperature of the surface of the sun. Even though the core experiences a high temperature, the innermost portion of the core remains in a solid state. And this is because the core experiences a tremendous amount of pressure. As I told you, the mantle is divided into two layers, that is, outer mantle and the inner mantle. The outer mantle is always cool because it meets the colder solid crust that is present above the mantle. At the same time, the inner mantle is very hot because the hottest core is present beneath the mantle. Okay, so due to these temperature differences between the outer and the inner mantle, it gives rise to a movement in the fluid magma called as the convection current. And this convection current makes the magma to move. As the convection current makes the magma to move, this magma makes the tectonic plates to move which is present on the mantle. So, during the movement of the tectonic plates, the adjacent tectonic plates collide with each other, and This colliding of the tectonic plate causes the earthquake. The earthquakes are occurring every day, but most of the earthquakes are of less intensity and are not felt by us. An earthquake originates below the ground in the earth's crust. Students, can you understand this? So, the tectonic plates are present in the crust, and due to the movement and the colliding of the tectonic plates, the earthquake is caused. That is why we are saying that an earthquake originates in the earth's crust. The spot from where the earthquake originates is called as the hypocenter, and it is also called as the focus of an earthquake. It is often several kilometers below the earth's surface, and the spot on the earth's surface that is exactly above the hypocenter is called as the epicenter. And another one thing, as the collision between the tectonic plates sometimes causes a major earthquake, the colliding plates could move either sideways or upwards or downwards. The collision of the plates gives rise to waves called seismic waves. And these seismic waves are nothing but the vibrations from the earthquake that travel through the earth. And the damage caused by an earthquake depends on the intensity of the seismic waves. If the intensity of the seismic waves is very high means it causes much damage. Such powerful seismic waves travel at a great speed and covers a large distance from the epicenter of the earthquake. A major earthquake is usually followed by minor earthquakes called aftershocks. The earthquake can also cause nuclear explosions. Okay, next we will discuss how to measure and record the earthquake. First is Richter scale. The Richter scale is used to measure the intensity of the earthquake. This Richter scale is developed by a scientist named Charles F. Richter of United States of America. The Richter scale reads from 1 to 10, and at the same time the intensity of an earthquake is recorded on a seismograph. Students, be clear that the intensity of an earthquake is measured in Richter scale, and at the same time the intensity of an earthquake is recorded on a seismograph. This seismograph records the slightest vibrations in the surface of the earth as a zigzag lines on a moving graph paper. So, using the data recorded on a seismograph, the time, location, and magnitude of an earthquake can be determined. These seismographs are placed at several locations all over the world. This seismograph is connected to the computer, which are linked with the weather satellites. If there is any earthquake means the information is quickly sent to every part of the world through these satellites. The Richter scale is not used to express the damages, but the intensity recorded on a Richter scale shows some normal effects. See, if the Richter scale records below 3.5 means the earthquake is generally not felt, but it is recorded in the Richter scale. And if the Richter scale records between 3.5 and 5.4 means the earthquake is often felt, but it rarely causes damage. Then, if the Richter scale records between 5.5 to 6.5 means the earthquake causes slight damages to the buildings, and it can also cause major damage to poorly constructed buildings. If the Richter scale records between 6.1 to 6.9 means those types of earthquakes can be destructive in areas up to about 100 kilometers from the epicenter. If the Richter scale's record is between 7.0 to 7.9 means then the earthquake is considered as a major earthquake, and it also causes the buildings to collapse and causes several damage over large areas from the epicenter. And if the Richter scale records above 8 means then there is a great earthquake and it also causes serious damage in areas that is several hundred kilometers from the epicenter. And we are familiar with the word tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Okay, some of the examples of deadliest tsunamis are the tsunami that occurs on November 1st, 1755, that destroys Lisbon and Portugal, and the tsunami on 15th June 1896, which destroys Japan, and the deadliest tsunami that hits our India on 26th December 2004 measures a magnitude of 8.9. So, one of the important reasons for these destructive earthquakes is due to the generation of tremendous amount of force by the magma. Some of the safety measures to be followed during an earthquake are: if you are in outdoor means move on to an open area, stay away from buildings, electric poles, trees, and if you are traveling means stop your motor vehicle and avoid being below the bridges or overpasses. And if you are in indoors means move away from the windows, doors, large mirrors, and take shelter under a corner table. Protect your head by wrapping with your arms. Do not use a lift. Switch off gas or electric means. Do not use candles, matches, or other naked flames. And listen to the radio for safety bulletins. And do not use a cell phone unless it is an emergency. So, these are some of the safety measures to be followed during an earthquake. So, in the second half of the 15th lesson, we have discussed about the formation of the earth, the interior structure of the earth, the origin of earthquake, and the measuring of the earthquake using the Richter scale and the seismograph. Thank you, students.